Hello, We're About Wellness friends. I'm Mary Amber Hughes here. Welcome to my home. I'm going to be sharing with you how to make this lemon tangerine and spearmint lemonade that tastes so good with our BOGO oils. So in March, Doterra offered a wonderful BOGO box and many of us got it. And so we have all of these handfuls of oils, these beautiful, beautiful oils. Hopefully you've opened them up. If you haven't, come join me. Walk through the box with me right now. We're going to start with rosemary. So if you bought the BOGO box, you got rosemary completely free. This rosemary is a wonderful, clarifying, refreshing oil. And I have some notes here just because this busy mama doesn't want to forget anything. And I am the mama of 8 and an essential oil user for 11 years. So we have these in our home. We use them. My daughter loves to rub the rosemary into her hair before she goes to bed at night when she knows she's going to shower in the morning. It helps with a clean, healthy scalp. And one of the things that rosemary does as well is it helps to open airways and support a healthy respiratory response. So while she is sleeping, she also gets the benefits of that, opening her airway and promoting that, and also combating environmental threats. So rosemary is one I like to also take and put in the diffuser with a little bit of peppermint during times of studying. So you can also put rosemary underneath the nose or with spearmint oil on the forehead to promote feelings of calm, concentration, overcoming mental fatigue, and also helping to boost productivity and memory. All right. And then also doTERRA, the doTERRA rosemary can be taken internally because it has a supplemental fact box here on the back. And because of that supplemental fact box, we are okay to take it internally. And we use these little gel caps. All right. They come in a bottle, or you can get them from wherever you've many different locations, vitamin shops and such. But I like to get them when I order my oils. And then I just put a couple drops of the rosemary inside of the soft gel, and it's going to help to support circumstances associated with maybe a drop in blood pressure, adrenal fatigue, lightheadedness. And you don't have to take my word for it. If you do, if you have a wonderful resource book like any of these, you can look and find the benefits of your essential oils. This isn't just random knowledge. This is stuff that there's been long usage of essential oils through all different time periods. And so these are not actually new. They've been used and have been around for quite some time. And so rosemary is also a great one to put in a dry shampoo recipe. If you have a dry shampoo recipe, you can combine it with lavender and peppermint and rosemary, and it makes very good dry shampoo. And you can get a recipe, you just look for that one. Arrowroot powder and a little bit of those essential oils mixed in, and it makes a great dry shampoo. I'd love to hear if you use dry shampoo. I don't currently use it, but I know people who do. And so they have touted and say it's wonderful. Now, breathe essential oil, it does exactly what it says. It helps to expand and relieve and clear. And what does it do? It clears airways. So you can diffuse 3 to 5 drops in diffuser. And I really like, this is our room diffuser. And so you can put 3 to 5 drops in there to help open airways and have clearer breathing. Another thing you can do is topically put 2 to 3 drops on the bottoms of the feet and on the chest and on the back of your shoulder area here to help open and increase that oxygen uptake in the body and support healthy breathing in the lungs. All right. And the breathe on the bottoms of the feet also can help boost energy. This breathe is a blend of essential oils. And so it's very helpful in those used in those ways. And the oils, of course, are always going to be more beneficial to your body. You're going to get great results from them if you use them consistently. If you just put them on one time in 12 hours, you're going to get a different result than if you put them on before you go for that run, and then when you get back from that run, or say you take a nap because you're feeling congested and you put some on your chest, and then you lay down and take a rest. And then when you get up, you apply them again gently with straight or with a carrier oil. And Doterra has a carrier oil, and I have the one with the pump on it. So it's really nice that I can lock it when my little ones are out and about, and make sure that nobody can take and squeeze out any extra and have a fun time playing with it. But you can apply a little squirt of this, and then I will swipe the top of the Breathe bottle, rub this in my hands, and then apply it to the chest. All right. And Breathe is one that I do like to apply to the bottoms of my young ones' feet, but sometimes it's too cooling for their chest. So I will use the Rosemary, or our next oil, the eucalyptus. All right. So I will use the eucalyptus oil on the chest and to the back of the chest as well, to promote those feelings of an open airway and a sense of easy breathing. All right. So it has a clean, open, repelling smell and scent, and you can diffuse 3 to 5 drops of this at bedtime at night to help combat seasonal threats and help support a restful night's sleep. You can also, this is great with peppermint to make a shower melt or shower disc gel. Not gel, but a shower disc that you can put, and it will dissolve and aromatically help to open up your airways and support healthy breathing in the shower. Also, if you have not tried it, eucalyptus and peppermint are great rubbed into the muscles of your joints and such before or after working out in the garden, or before taking a run. So after a strenuous day, that one is a really great oil. If you've not tried it, you definitely want to try that one. Now, why do we diffuse? Well, sometimes most of us associate it with relaxing, right? So, and that's because the aromas actually of these essential oils have a chemical response, or bring about stimulating chemical sensors in the body. So, and in the brain. And it's very advantageous with essential oils because many essential oils have been found to have calming or uplifting properties, or soothing, to be helpful in soothing anxious feelings. And that is what you're going to get when you diffuse essential oils that have those properties. And then also one of the neat things is they are helpful for purifying the air when they're used aromatically. And so they will dispel unwanted odors and also replace the odors with a pure, pleasant smell. And we also, in our home, we've switched out those scented plugins that would let chemicals out into the air. That would also, oftentimes, if you do your own research, sometimes, well, not sometimes, but if you do your own research, you're going to find there's hundreds of wonderful, yucky chemicals that are in there. And we don't want those, because what we've found and what research has found is that through reading other studies and such, they contain tons of endocrine disruptors. So I love using my essential oils in the diffuser to help my whole family and to help dispel the stink in the air, but also with a lot of bodies in our home that can be an issue. But with our diffusers, it makes it wonderful to change the atmosphere in the home, and also to uplift and purify the air. So without putting all of those harmful endocrine disruptors in our young children's bodies and in their lungs, and therefore having them have a perfect storm like I did when I came to Doterra. I had rashes and many different things. And I had a toxic buildup, and I also had been doing a lot of unhealthy things, like using dryer sheets and rubbing them on my body and my pantyhose and my skin as a static reliever. So I even rubbed them on my children. So in the wintertime, I kept one in my pocket of my coat. Well, there's tons of chemicals on that. I also was using cleaners and a lot of things that were not healthy for my body. So to me as a mom, I really appreciate having this natural alternative that are safe to breathe in, also to put on and to use for our healthcare. So the next one is this blue tansy, which is going to help eliminate, revive, and defend. All right, this little bottle and it is blue tansy because it is blue. I want you to be aware of that. All right. My daughter woke up. This is the time of year when we start having, when I'm doing this is the time of year when you start having lots of windows opened up, and maybe not everything has been swept out in the window. So maybe some little spiders came in. And so she woke up with lots of little red little dots on her back. And guess what we did? We put on the blue tansy, and we also put on some tea tree oil. And then we also, after that had been on for a little while, then we put on some mud mask. And then the eucalyptus is also helpful with this to help calm environmental threats. But in her case, what we just did is just put the blue tansy on, because the blue tansy is very good at calming bites, raised rashes, irritated skin, and all of that. So we just did copaiba and then the blue tansy. All right. So that's what we did. But if you're looking to help combat like seasonal threats, you can put this with the eucalyptus. And that's what I hope that you'll see about going through this with me is I'm going to share with you how to use this oil and then how to combine it with the other oils that you got in this box. All right. So the blue tansy combined with eucalyptus can be put on the spine, and that's safe to use them topically. All right. It says even here that you can use it, how you can use it, and do be aware that the blue does go away. So you can use it in your facial skincare as well to get to apply to fine lines and wrinkles to help support and have those blemishes. And so you can add it to your facial cleanser or to a moisturizer. And the blue tansy and the eucalyptus can be applied along the spine, the bottoms of the feet, when you're trying to support a healthy immune system and combat those environmental threats. The next of my oils I have is Roman chamomile, and it is a really floral but yet calming scent. It helps quiet and soothe the mind and the emotions and the body. So you can diffuse 3 to 5 drops of this at bedtime. And it is very nice scent to help settle the intense feelings that you may have had and experienced during distressing times, and to help promote that relaxation. All right. You will notice that it has a supplemental fact box on it there. And that means that it can be taken internally. So you can take 1 to 2 drops in a gel cap. And the reason you might take 1 to 2 drops in a gel cap would be for that seasonal relief and to maintain a healthy histamine level already in their normal ranges. So it can help with your normal healthy histamine levels by taking 1 to 2 drops. And then you do want to follow it down with water, the capsule down with water. And if you've never used it around a bee sting or a bite, this is a great oil to use topically around a bee sting or a bite as well. One of our favorites that you may have smelled, and the very first oil that I associate with aromatherapy is lavender, right? And lavender, our lavender smells really different than the lavender that I was brought up with from your store body washes and lotions and such. And I actually do care and like the smell. It's calming. It helps to alleviate and regenerate. All right. And you will notice that you can, just like you're used to smelling things, you can put it in the diffuser, 3 to 5 drops to help calm the mind and body and relieve feelings of stress and promote rest. You could add it to your lemonade. Lavender lemonade is now often served in coffee shops and little restaurants and cafes. So you could add a couple drops. I always start with 1 drop and see how you like it in your lavender or lavender in your lemonade. And if you need a little stronger, then you can add 1 more. But remember, you can't take an oil out once it's in your recipe. All right. Add 1 drop to minor skin ailment or abrasion, irritation, bug bites, occasional muscle tension. What we do is we just touch the top of the bottle and then rub it on the area around the area that has just received that discomfort. So I don't always drop one full drop. I will oftentimes just take my finger on the top here and then apply it to the skin. And then you also can use it for up in your temples. If you have stress and tension in your head, oftentimes felt like with a throbbing or a dull ache. And the lavender is great to breathe in as well, just straight from your hand. And 1 to 2 drops underneath the tongue is also oftentimes calming for the overall body tension and anxious feelings, the temporary anxious feelings that come as life's challenges come and go. So it also is helpful to maintain healthy histamine levels in the body as well. So if you see some of these things repetitive, what they've done is this oil selection was selected for us to be able to combat and support our bodies and help our bodies through the seasonal changes. So I'm glad you've joined us, because if it's springtime where you're at, things are blooming and histamine levels are rising and falling, and our body is dealing with it as best it can. And we have some options. So you can take the lavender, 1 drop underneath the tongue, 1 to 2 drops, or you might even want to put it in a capsule. I found 1 to 2 drops underneath my tongue actually helps to get into the bloodstream pretty quickly. And there is a recipe I have that for a dessert smoothie in which you use the trim shake and you add a little bit of lavender and a sprinkle of cinnamon to it. And it is really yummy. So you can use vanilla coconut milk ice cream and a banana and some blueberries, some honey, coconut milk, a dash of cinnamon, and then about 4 drops of lavender. And you're doing the 4 drops in 1 cup of ice cream along with 2 cups of full fat coconut milk. If that's not your thing, try the lavender. That's a nice way to get started. Also, I've used the lavender oil, essential oil, in making scones, and that makes a really tasty scone to serve. And then you can make a nice glaze with lemon to go with it. The next oil we want to share about, we got Ria the Reassuring Blend from Doterra. And this Reassuring Blend is very helpful in helping us to compose and reassure and just pacify is another word I would think of. So this one you can put on the bottoms of your feet to help you with instilling a sense of well-being and tranquility when you're feeling upset or restless maybe, okay? And then you can diffuse this to help uplift the mood and the attitude in the room and create an atmosphere of assurance and promote that composure that we were talking about. Peace also is a great oil applied over top of the heart in an upward motion to help calm the nerves and the restlessness of the body as well. Don't forget, it's great added 3 to 5 drops of the peace in the diffuser, and that way you can help support the whole room and a sense of feeling more trust and calm despite the worry that you might feel during the day or the night. So this is not just a sleepy oil. I would not even say that it is necessarily for sleep. It's for reassuring, calming, exactly like what it says on the label. I thank you so much for being here. These are great oils that you invested in, and I'm so glad that you're taking time to learn how other ways they can be used. So balance is our grounding blend, and I like to tell people that if you are a person that experiences a moderate to high level of stress, this oil is one you should put on in the morning when you get up. This balance has a woody scent to it, but it's not just all woody. It has It has some blue tansy in it that we were talking about before. It has blue chamomile in it. It has osmanthus, frankincense. So it does have a little bit of a blue tint to it, and that's from the blue tansy that's in it. But you can diffuse 3 to 5 drops of this for that grounding sense. And that may be a given, and you may think, oh, I know how to do that. But it's going to help you feel anchored. And so that's why I like to put it on the bottoms of my feet when I get up in the morning. I've actually found that if I put balance on the bottoms of my feet, I'm not as prone to trip up the stairs or stumble. So if you're prone to that or know someone who is, this would be a great oil to have them try. 1 to 2 drops in the hand and rub back and forth deeply, breathing in. It's great to do when someone is feeling those anxious feelings that have come from maybe a crucial conversation or a surprise situation that they can't control. And then applying whatever's left on the hand over the heart in an upward motion is also a great way to apply this oil topically. You can also apply this oil topically, 1 to 2 drops to help over the abdomen as well, to help with a more grounded feeling. There's actually more neuroreceptors in the gut that are linked to the brain than there are from the brain to the heart or the gut. So it's quite amazing. So some people will feel that like queasiness in their stomach. And so that balance can be applied over the stomach. You don't oftentimes think of it applied there, but it is very helpful. We say the gut is the third brain, so, or the second brain rather. And so that is definitely what you want to consider applying. You want to consider applying it there. Citrus bloom. So I have citrus bloom going in my diffuser with a little bit of Roman chamomile. And this one is exactly what it says, citrusy. It's uplifting, emboldened, helps you to feel more emboldened, inspired. And you can apply it daily or on a special occasion. It's up to you how you want to use it. And this is one that is not for internal use, but I'm telling you, it does have a little bit of Roman chamomile with it. So when you put it in the diffuser for that relaxation at the end of the day, it is very nice aroma. It's not necessarily your lavender. In fact, it is kind of, it's called the springtime blend. And so I definitely want to encourage you to try this and layer it. And that's where we put 1 oil on. So you could apply it right to your wrist and then apply your, I'm trying to think, I thought I had it right here. Nope, I'm not finding them, but your jasmine or your touch roll-on, neroli, over top of that. So you can layer it, citrus bloom on your wrist or on over your carotid there, and then put on your rose touch or your jasmine touch or your neroli touch to create your own personal scent. All right. And you can wear it to like have a more heightened sense of empowerment and tranquility and just self-worth. And so experiment with it. Come and discover like what is your combination that you really like with the citrus bloom. All righty. And then our beautiful touch. And this oil is just what it says. It is I was telling you about the citrus bloom. Now the citrus bloom is great to the pulse points. So is the beautiful. All right, and beautiful is great layered with those other touch roll-ons as well. One of the places you might want to apply it is around the back of the ear, and to help simultaneously inspire and uplift. And so citrus bloom is more citrusy smelling. This one is more, it does have the lime peel in it and the bergamot and the frankincense, but it is not as citrusy smelling, and it doesn't have the Roman chamomile in with it at all. So this has a different floral composition, but is going to help with you to feel more grace and gratitude. And I think we can all add a little bit of grace and gratitude to our life. So I like to wear the Beautiful Blend as my perfume when I go out and about. Also, if you're someone who likes DIYs, you can add 2 oil combinations that are really great for bath bombs. If you're into making bath bombs, is the grapefruit oil along with the citrus bloom oil. So grapefruit and citrus bloom in your next bath bombs, I bet you will really, really have a good, you'll really like that scent together and have good feedback from that. I know it's fun to make something homemade to give and to use yourself. So we are getting down to the last 3 oils from our BOGO box. And these are the 3 oils that I used in my lavender spearmint lemonade. Even if you aren't going to make your own lemonade and you buy the store-bought, you can add these oils to it and it will make it just that much more. And people will wonder, you throw it on the rocks on some ice cubes and then put some lemon slices with it, and it's going to be delicious this summer. So spearmint, how I and my family use spearmint is my son likes to take a drop of this and apply it to his thumb and put it on either on his tongue or on the roof of his mouth. This is the oil of confident speech. If you look up the aromatic properties of it and what it's historically been used for and how it can benefit the body, it's the oil of confident speech. So I highly recommend, if you have someone who is going to be having to do a speech or share some information and from their heart, and they want to be energized, invigorated, and cooled a little bit, this spearmint is the way to go. Also, you can diffuse it with tangerine for a very refreshing and cooling scent. And all the while, it's going to help you with combat those feelings and release those feelings of, weariness, apathy, and overwhelm. Weariness, apathy, and overwhelm. So if you're someone who struggles with weariness come maybe the end of the day, you might want to put a little peppermint in the afternoon at your work spot, or on your way home on your drive home, you might want to take spearmint, put a drop between your hands, or put it in your car diffuser, and or you might want to take a little dab of it and put it on your tongue and then drive home with that wonderful taste of spearmint. Now, you can also apply it to the bottoms of your feet if you would like to have that cooling sensation over your body, or you can apply it to your neck as well. Now, mints can kind of be too cooling for some people, so just know yourself and see how you like the spearmint. And if I get an oil on me that seems to be too cooling, I will squirt some coconut oil in my hand and then rub it right over the area where I just put that cooling oil. Okay. And I will apply that coconut oil. It's really light and it absorbs really well. I'll apply that as many times as I need before to calm the coolness. That's the best way to describe it. So if you are someone who likes to make spritzers for yourself in the summertime, this spearmint is great added to your spritzer, your after sun spray, because it's going to help to refresh and cool and smell wonderful. So you can also take a sip, just put a drop in your water. It is strong. So one of the things I do recommend is that little hole here, the orifice. Take a little toothpick, take it down, put it in there and swirl it in your water for the very first time until you know you like it as strong as 1 drop. Another cooking tip is, if I want to make sure I'm only putting 1 drop in, I'll hold a spoon and I'll drop 1 drop in the spoon, so that I make sure that I'm not adding too much to my recipe or to my cup. And I do want to point out that we do drink our essential oils in stainless steel or glass. And then if sometimes they're too cooling, what you're drinking is too cooling for your lips, you can apply some lip balm before you sip it, or you can have a nice silicone straw tip. And spearmint is one that we like to enjoy just in water by itself. or you can even add it to an iced tea. But definitely start with just a little bit of essential oil before you add too much. Now, the next two oils, I want to let you know that you do want to avoid the sun and UV rays after putting on lemon or tangerine. For at least, you want to avoid the sun for at least 12 hours after applying these oils topically, or any blends that contain these oils. All right, so our citruses can cause some sun sensitivity, and that's not just our citruses, it's citrus essential oils in general. And so I like to just tell people that that is what I do. Is I personally don't put citruses on my body where the sun shines. So if I wanted uplifting benefits from lemon and I was going to want to put it on myself, I would put it over my heart where my shirt is covering, and I wouldn't have a problem then going outside and, working in the garden or going on a walk with my family. So Tangerine is the oil that I'm going to share about with you. I think it has the essential oil, while essential oils are strong and potent and pure, these doTERRAs are, I do like that it is not an overpowering tangerine. It's almost like a very soft tangerine scent when I put it in flavor, when I put it in my water. So sometimes I will actually put in a couple drops of tangerine more than I would put in if I was putting in my wild orange. All right. So tangerine is that refreshing scent. So it does make a great combination in the diffuser with spearmint and lemon. And I'll give you a couple diffuser blends here in a moment. And so you can diffuse it to purify the air and also bring about a refreshing, uplifting aroma. And like I said, it's not super overpowering, which I like. And then you can add it to the lemonade or just a plain water to help you to remember and to enjoy drinking water more. Maybe you are need to be ingesting more water. So it's nice to have this BOGO box of selection of oils that you can take in your water. You could take tangerine one day, you could do spearmint another day, and then you can do some lemon. So when you're not going to be in the sun, you can put the tangerine on your wrists or over your heart and over your abdomen to help with a greater feeling of happiness. And this time that we're in right now, when a lot of things are out of our control and we have children and us have families that we're balancing, and we're trying to be sensitive and caring for the people in our lives, and yet also stay to our convictions and our wishes for our lives and our families, we need to have some happiness. So open up your oils and put them in the diffuser. If you're not going to be out in the sun, put some of these happy oils on you so that you can be receiving the benefits. I say this to remind myself as well. I have these wonderful oils and I'll put them in the diffuser, but sometimes I forget to put those happy oils on my skin. And so the lemon is an oil that is very well known for cleaning and clear and uplifting and cleansing abilities. It's very natural, very gentle. When we take a drop or two of lemon in our water to help naturally allow our bodies healthy, natural processes to take place. It also is great to take the sticky off of a bottle or a hard surface. So we will actually take this and we'll drop it on the hard surface, or I will put some on a cotton round, and I will clean our dry erase boards, and I'll go over them a couple times to get off any of the black residue. If you have Sharpie show up on a hard surface that doesn't belong, you can use lemon to get that off as well. And just as we were talking about the diffuser here being great for diffusing the tangerine and the spearmint and most all these oils, lemon is also a great one to help to combat those odors that come and promote a positive atmosphere of assurance and composure. So lemon, lavender, and peppermint oil that you probably have at home are a great trio to assist with seasonal respiratory discomforts. So what we like to do is take a little capsule and take a couple drops of each of the oils, lemon, lavender, and peppermint, and put them in a capsule and take them that way. Others of us don't mind the taste of them, so we will just take and apply a drop or two of each of these oils, lemon, lavender, and peppermint, and sometimes a little bit of frankincense, a couple drops of frankincense as well. And we use those to help assist our body during these times of seasonal discomforts, when sometimes from being outside, our eyes are watery and itchy and our nose is itchy. And as we're transitioning through the seasons. So I hope that you've enjoyed hearing about the oils that you've brought into your home here, these BOGO oils. And also, if you do like home DIYs, there is a recipe that you can go and search for Tangerine and Spearmint garbage disposal refreshers. So if you have a garbage disposal, you can make a little disc that then you can, out of natural products, and then the essential oils, and then you can make them up in advance and then just stick them in your garbage disposal when it needs a cleaning, and then it has the essential oils with it, and it works really great, I've heard. So that is another recipe for your Tangerine and Spearmint. If you are wanting a sneeze-free night, here's a recipe for you for your diffuser. 3 drops of lavender and 2 drops of eucalyptus and 1 drop of blue tansy. So if you're looking for a sneeze-free night, that's 3 of lavender, 2 of eucalyptus, and 1 of blue tansy. If you're looking for a tropical scent, you might try in your diffuser 5 drops of tangerine, 2 drops of lemon, and 2 drops of spearmint. So there are just a few couple diffuser recipes for you. And that one is for a tropical scent. All right. Sometimes we have the air conditioning on and things aren't moving in and out as much as when it's the windows are open. You can diffuse an oil, diffuse a tropical diffuser scent, and it just changes the whole mood of the house. So I do want to encourage you to try a couple of these fun pairings. So the first one that I'm going to share is Citrus Bliss, or Citrus Bloom rather. Citrus Bloom and Tangerine. All right, these can be used aromatically. Citrus Bloom and Tangerine aromatically in your diffuser. And then if you've not tried this, you will want to try this. Okay, so Citrus Bloom and Tangerine are Oh Happy Day. Oh Happy Day. All right, that's the combo there. The next one I'm going to show is Blowing in the Wind, or Blowing in the Wild. Sorry, Blowing in the Wild. And that is Balance and your Rosemary. All right, and that can be applied, used aromatically as well. Now, I'm going to give you one that I know I've used at bedtime. And this one is Blue Tansy and Lavender. And this is the Calm Reactions. Calm Reactions. All right. So some people really like the scent of the 2 of these together. And I thought that you might like it as well. That is lavender and blue tansy can be used aromatically and topically to calm reactions. All right. And then, since I like Balance so much, if you want to be super rooted, you can do the Balance and Peace Oil. Balance and Peace Oil aromatically and topically. So you could put this on yourself, on the bottoms of your feet, a dab of each of those and rub them together, or a dab in the palm of your hand, rub it together, breathe it in deep and put it over you. Or you could put drops of Balance and Peace in your diffuser at home and be deeply rooted. This is a time where the things of this world are trying to shake us. So we need to be deeply rooted. And so this is an essential oil combination that can come alongside the practices that you're already doing and support your body and your health to be deeply rooted. And so you can stand against the the wiles of the things that are trying to come at you. Well, I've enjoyed this time together. If you have, let me know. I would love to hear from you. Also, feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I just hope that you have a blessed day and that you know how special you are. You are a divine sovereign being with a purpose on this earth. And the people around you are so glad you're in their life. So be blessed and make a great day.